Jalen Samuels definitely always need depth. We've got a couple of major bye weeks ahead. 2 teams on a bye here in week 5. Several injuries, changes at the quarterback spot. That's what I want to talk about. Quarterbacks. You're trying to set your lineups for week 5. Kicks off tomorrow, of course. Goff and Russell Wilson going at it. So this is a perfect time for some fantasy face-off. To start things off, I want you guys to take a look at all of the quarterbacks who have thrown for multiple touchdowns in every game this season. Here's the list.
It's him? It's it?
Just him.
That's the only guy.
Jacoby Brissett is the only guy that has done it. So where should he go this week in fantasy? Well, let's take a look here.
This guy.
I went over and looked at the NFL.com rankings, of course, and they're pretty low. I'll be honest. He has Kansas City on the docket. He is outside the top 10.
Okay.
As you can see, this is crazy, by the way. This makes sense. Brady totally didn't even have him in my top 12 this year, and he's been consistently at the top. I do think they're going to run all over Washington, so I feel like he's a little bit high. He's a little bit low coming off the Rams upset to Tampa Bay. But how high would I take Jacoby Brissett up against a Kansas City defense that I'm not even going to go into whether or not they're a great defense, but fantasy-wise, they just give out points because you have to throw and throw and throw to keep up with what Mahomes is doing.
You tell us. What do you got?
Matt Ryan up against H-Town. Matt Ryan did not throw a touchdown last week. Matt Ryan is already up to 6 interceptions this season. Last year, he had 7 the entire year. I don't like the matchup up against Houston as much as everyone seems to. So I would say I'll take the consistency and the high floor of Jacoby Brissett way over Matt Ryan. How about Dak Prescott?
Okay.
Dak Prescott up against Green Bay. I mean, I can't not like this, but if we saw what the Eagles' game plan was and what, Green Bay is susceptible to, I feel like they're going to run. This is a Zeke Elliott at the top of the running backs ranking week for them. I think at home, they're going to use Zeke a lot more. So I do believe the higher ceiling is Jacoby Brissett. I just really want to shine some light on how great this guy has been.
Surely you'd start him over Kyler then, right?
Kyler at Cincinnati, here's the deal. The consistency, right? Multiple touchdowns every week. He doesn't have T.Y., and he's still doing that. It's a balanced team. I have to go over Kyler Murray because he's been great. He's been not so great, and he has to go on the road. I don't trust Kyler Murray from a consistency standpoint, so I'm going to go with Jacoby there.
All right.
Russell Wilson up against the Rams. What do you guys think about this one? Can I throw it back to the table?
Yeah, listen, I saw Tampa Bay put up 55 points on the Rams. Talk about it.
I think Chris Godwin just scored another touchdown as we've been sitting here at the table.
Talk about it, Tyler Lockett. I'm not sure.
What about Kansas City? What about a high-scoring affair against KC, you guys?
Could be possible.
Yes.
Thrown around.
I think with Russell Wilson, again, he came off a game last week where, from a fantasy standpoint, he was not great. And in both games against the Rams last year, he was held to well under 250 yards passing. I feel like it's more of a balanced offense. They're run first. I think Brissett's going to light it up. So I'm going to go above Russell Wilson. On to Jameis Winston, who has been balling out of control. Godwin, Mike Evans, all of that. But I'm going to say at New Orleans is where it ends. Going into that dome, I just feel like the risk isn't worth the reward. I mean, all these guys are top 10 options, but I do believe Brissett, I just trust him a little bit more than Winston. Is that crazy? Kyle, I know that you like to watch the world burn.
Okay. If you're telling me someone picked up Brissett on waivers this week, and they've got Jameis too on their team, you would go Brissett over Jameis in the starting lineup?
I would go Brissett this week against Kansas City, definitely.
I like it. With no
You have to think about the game script. You have to think about, I mean, Marlon Mack I don't love as much as everybody else loves this week either because I do think they're gonna have to throw the ball more. They're just gonna have to keep up.
But you have a healthy Godwin, a healthy Evans. Who's gonna be that #1 target for Brissett?
What do you mean? He's been doing it. That's why he's amazing. He's been out there without T.Y. Hilton. Still putting up consistent numbers, and he's still been inside the top 12 at the quarterback spot. And I don't trust Kansas City's defense in the fantasy game. So put him above Jameis.
All right.
And then I think it might stop at Rodgers.
Give me one more.
I think it's got to stop at Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers clearly found himself last week. Over 400 yards performance, so I believe Rodgers. But yes, I'm willing to slot Jacoby Brissett in there.
Okay.
You guys can tweet at me about it at GMFB.
Rodgers doesn't have multiple touchdown passes in every game this year. Jacoby does.
I like a consistent situation.
Hell yes.
Plug it in, get it done, and he certainly is doing that. Big ups to Jacoby Brissett for taking the reins and doing it without his star wide receiver for the time being. All right, more Good Morning Football. Of course, on the way, check out the Week 5 quarterback rankings at NFL.com. Argue with me at #GMFB. Slow start for Todd Gurley. How much action will he see on Thursday night? And you'll hear it here first. The players of the week will be revealed on our show next.
Here we go. I'm surprised Lamar is so high.